This features a married young couple who were going to come to Hastings to buy a house. And the featured film people are Janet Dorfler and Ed Joyce. It's a little garden. We don't know where that was located. But it's beautiful flowers, view of the Hudson River. It's the Lake Superior where that was. We don't. There's the Quarry swimming hole at one time. And there's the Billy Burke estate. And the Billy Burke home will be coming up. This is the driveway leading to the Billy Burke estate. Notice how beautiful the old lamp posts were. That's the Billy Burke home. And the Longview Restaurant home up on top where the Andrus Memorial Home is now. This is the rock up by the elementary school as you turn into the school. The rock on the corner. The famous rock that politicians used to sell to get onto the board of trustees. This shot, we don't know where that lake was. This building, I don't know where the house is. Okay. Okay. That's a beautiful tree. This is the Lovat house, I believe. Or the Fraser. You'll notice the beautiful, beautiful trees and the beautiful colors. It's the Zinser house up at the Zinser's estate. This house is near the Zinser property. I don't know the name of it offhand. Gould House, okay. Here's that lolly, the mailman coming out of the old post office. That's where the attorney's office is now, across from St. Matthew's School. And that's Mr. Marr, Jack Marr, who was the postmaster at the time. And this is the walkway down to the train station by the municipal building with all the beautiful bushes in bloom. These gentlemen, I really couldn't tell you. I tried, and we tried a couple of people, but we really... There's a shot of Anaconda and the Plaza lot when they had islands and trees down. Notice the barges on the river above the Anaconda property. This is where the Getty station is now on Farragut, on Broadway, and the Farragut Monument. This the Women's Club will be shown first, and the Mother's Club directly after that. Is our village hall with the eagle up on top. There's Mayor Steinschneider, the first one. The second one I don't know. Mike Moore, the Undertaker's the third one. And the fourth one I don't know. Officials of the village. This is the Women's Club. Notice the fancy hats. Everybody had those fancy hats. And they dressed to kill. Beautiful arrangements of hats. The meeting is over. And this is the Mother's Club. This is upstairs. The meeting will be come to order. And here again, all dressed out in their finest. Beautiful hats. There are some people who I recognize there. Mrs. Gonder and Rose Foreman, the two that I know. There may be many others that you too know. Mrs. Gonder. And Rose Foreman. This is the library. This is where the village meeting room is now, upstairs. That's Dora's study. And the old library upstairs where the village meeting room is now. That's some of the students. That's Mrs. King in the dark hair, one of the librarians, and Mrs. Stetson on the right. Miss Stetson, I should say. And that's part of the plants in the library. And that's Margie Shields with Mrs. Stetson. Going through some of the books. This is Reynolds Field Playground. When before the metal was invented, we had wooden swings and uprights. And here's a couple of cute little girls of that era. Yeah. Sure is. There's this ring around, swing around. Look at them go. I don't think we could do that. Look at them go. Hold on there, kids. Hold on. And here we go. Have you ever gone up and down this fast? I don't think you have. I don't think I have. But boy, they sure know how to go. Isn't that something? Woo, woo, right in your lap. Don't get hurt down front. And here the boys. Here's the guys looking like monkeys, the monkey bars. This is the fellas up there. This is the softball field on the same level. When right after they reconditioned the upper field, they brought all the fill down and put it on a lower level there. This is Anaconda, the raising of the flag before Anaconda game. Notice in the background later that the road came right down alongside the field, and the people used to sit up on that bank, on benches and so on. That's after there's Mayor Steinschneider. One person I see is Cass Poldy's walk. You'll see him a little later. And this is where they used to sit by the old backstop along this. Notice the hill and notice the cars going up. This is behind the backstop where they. This is the visitors at bat. It's Mike Rusnak, number 10, is the catcher. Boy, they hit that ball. They were going around them bases pretty quick. Watch this. I don't know if Anaconda won that game, but boy, the other team was sure running. Look at that guy go. There you go. One guy crosses, another guy right back. So I don't know. This is Mr. Neely. He used to own a little stationery store. This is Cap Hogan. Cap Hogan, one of our finest. Dave McQuaid. He's a fixture on the corner. Oh, this is the school. This is the high school. That's the middle. The school was built in the middle between the other two schools, the high school and the elementary school. And this is during the fire. They had a fire there in 39, and you'll see the high school auditorium all the way to your right. All the windows are knocked out, and some of the other windows in the building were damaged during the fire. And this, I don't know whether this is Mr. Farragut or Admiral Farragut or not.
Fraser.
Oh, that's Fraser. Okay, that's the Fraser. Fine. I'm glad you corrected me, so I didn't know. This is the Board of Education. That's Frank Collins, the clerk on the left. Spencer Hopping in the middle. Superintendent of Schools, John Hopkins in the center now. Arthur Crowley and Mr. Dorfler and Mr. Fisher. That's Frank Collins, the clerk. Spencer Hopping, the president. Superintendent of School, John L. Hopkins, Arthur Crowley, Frank Dorfler, and the other one was Harold Fisher. Now we'll see Earl Mitchell in just a minute. He was another member of the Board of Education. Now we're at the high school orchestra. This is Stanley Cadillac in the fiddle here. And next door to him is Bill Mandrick, the second violinist. That's Bill Mandrick. And this is Happy the bus driver, Happy and Jack's buses. So we have the green bus and the brown bus. And the people who I recognize, you just look for them, is Tony Castaldo, Ernie Gracia, and Richie Zahurak. I mean, they're the ones who I could pick out. The film runs pretty quick, so you have to, and I can't stop it to freeze it. So there's no way that I could stop and recognize everybody. But we picked out some who we did recognize. And you'll see John L. Hopkins leading another contingent out in just a few minutes. And they're happy taking off with the Green Beauty. Okay, here's John L. with another crew. Notice how everyone was dressed up. Nice and clean. Always clean. Always, you had to be in good shape. Take a quick look, because this is where I picked Tony and Ernie and so on out. Coming along. Here's Tony Castaldo, right there. Ernie Gracia is to the right, and then we'll see Richie Zahurak. This is the high school seniors. They'll be going past the Grant School bus, which used to park up on top of the hill there. You'll see Mike Shannon in just a few minutes, followed by Stella Chahosky. This is the Graham School bus. There's Mike, and there's Stella Chahosky. And, of course, the other. This is the high school band practicing on the bottom of Mount Hope Boulevard. All clean, beautiful uniforms, gold and white, right in step. Everything was just beautiful. Put a lot of effort into them, and we were proud of them. going down to the station to await the arrival of the married couple. That's railroad station. This is down at the plaza. You notice the lanterns like we have in the village now, they were all down there too, on each corner of each island, so that this was an entrance. This is Harry Cochran getting ready for the big celebration. This is Mr. Rustemeyer. I believe his first name was Max, I'm not sure. Okay. That's Jim Riley and Bill Gingras. Jim Riley and Bill Gingras to the right. And this is where, down at the railroad station, where Paul Perrotin's office is in that building. And some of the members of the American Legion. And some of the citizens and the youngsters. Right there by the plaza. The entrance used to come in right off the Dock Street or Southside Avenue. Here's some more of the thing. Here are the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts waiting for the train to come in. Now when the train comes in, look in the background, you'll see a walkover bridge. That's Harry Cochran and John Sasker. John Madden, one of our village employees. And here's the girls are waiting. And this Elsa saw Victoria and Dorothy Seltzer, and Red started. There's the walkover bridge from Anaconda. They used to come from the middle of Washington Avenue across, and the train. And our couple, Janet Dorfler and Ed Joyce, will be coming off. It's Ed and Janet. Cochran, Ike Marge, Harold Zuloff, Ed McCauley in the back.
Joe Costello.
Joe Costello, somebody mentioned. There's Chahosky girl. There's Jack Coombs again, and Ed McCauley. Joe Costello's in a uniform, you say? Okay. And there's the girls who are waiting again. Red started, and the three girls who I mentioned before. And here we go, up Dock Street. At that time, the street was named Dock Street. And there they go up Dock Street. Ed McCauley in charge. And here goes, we think this was the Chamber of Commerce group who ran this, followed by the little Cub Scouts, Girl Scouts. We'll begin walking right through the village, up onto Farragut and so on, as we come along. And quite a group. Yeah. Girl Scouts had a big one. This is the VFW drum major, fife and drum corps, followed by the Cub Scouts. And the Boy Scouts, Dan Ryle up in front. There we go up the hill. Up here's Dorsey's and Cafe. Here's our finest on the engine trucks. Couldn't tell which one was which, but...
First one was Protection, second Union.
Okay, first Protection, second Uniontown. Last is Hogan Mountain. Rivier Mountain, I guess, was the third one. Followed by the little car. Notice those cars, how shiny they are. That's Harold Zuloff.
That's Mrs. Kelly.
That's Jack Ramsey on his motorcycle. Here we're on Farragut, on Broadway going towards the A&P. And we're back down at the plaza. Here they are. There's Seal Slavin in back. Yeah. Here we go. We're watching up the hill. Pretty quick. There's Elva Madden. Same the store. Here we go back down the plaza. I don't know how this happened. Now we're starting all over. We're going up the hill again. So if you missed yourself the first time, look again. You get a second shot. And then you come up the hill. Jim Riley in the light blue shirt that I recognize. I'm Broadway. Broadway coming off Warburg. Here we go. They're stepping right along. They didn't get tired either. They went right along. There they go. They played their own drums too.
Yeah.
Hastings Boys Athletic Club, Indians. Hastings Indians. See Richie Burke there in a little while. There's Elva leading her pipe and drum corps up the hill. Nice strut, Elva. She's here today. Now we go. Here comes all the Boy Scout troops once again. I believe it was Troop 36 leading, then Troop 2, and then, not 36, I'm sorry, Troop 2, Troop 32, and then Troop 36. Protection engine, I'm told. Uniontown, I'm told. And the old Mac. Isn't that a beautiful engine? Isn't that a beautiful piece of equipment? What we wouldn't give to have that now. And the old hook and ladder. This is back down the plaza again. A little breezy. This is by Broadway, by the A&P corner. There's our young couple once again. Henry Bartell, I believe, Jack Lamar in the front seat. Henry Bartell and the rest of the group of girls and guys. Jack Lamar. Jim Riley again carried the flag. Harry Cochran. Traffic didn't stop. They rolled right by us. Here we go. Hastings Indians. Once again. Harry Haas in the first. Elver again. Yeah, we were proud of them. They played great music, and we made Albert Ryle and Dan Ryle front, and the other troops. There I am. I just passed holding on for the. Here I am again, right there. Okay. We're turning down Main Street on the corner, going down towards the A&P, which is there now. Noticed a lot. Fellow, the gals sitting on the wall that's up there. And here we are down at the VFW. Notice the diner, the Hastings Diner used to be where the walkway into Steinschneider Plaza is now. That diner was there, then moved next to the Hastings house where the funeral home is now, the Hastings funeral home is. And we're going up the VFW stairs. Right, there's Dan Ryle on the left saluting. If you don't know, he's in Dobbs Ferry Hospital. Sent him a card, a get well card. He was one of the main Boy Scout fellows in this community in Hudson Valley, I believe. Okay, here we are at Billard's Bakery. This is across from St. Matthew's School. This is where Belle Femme is now. That's where Ballard Bakery was. And the post office was next door. There's the bakery, Divine's Garage to the south of that, right there, which is now the Peugeot dealer. Hastings Radio Electric. I worked in this store for 12 years after high school. That's on Main Street where the Bouderie is. And that's Spiegel's little delicatessen used to be there. This is Band's Bar. This is where Lucian's building is. Yeah. And this I don't recognize. I really don't recognize. Here's Larry's Beauty Saloon. This is Larry. That's next to the VFW, which now is part of Astoria Bank Complex. He was on the corner right there by the VFW bar. This is Chappie's Garage. This is between Manzi's and Hastings Glass, the Steinschneider Plaza. Bollinger Plaza. Here you go. Look at that beautiful car. All spick and span. Bill Honovich giving that little bit of extra service. And here comes the couple coming up for gas. If you look quickly, you'll see the first person I believe you'll see is Chap. No, that's Bill, and Chappie is in the background. The owner of the garage. Notice their uniform, spotless and clean and in uniform. The good old go. This is between Manzi's and Hastings Glass. Where the parking lot. This is Robeson's. There's the walk-up bridge that used to come up across the tracks for the citizens and end up on Edmont Place. Used to be able to walk down to the riverfront, over the bridge, over the railroad tracks that way. Now it's in disrepair. They're looking for service. I guess their oil burn went on a nut. And here he is making his phone service call. Can't recognize the individual who is the maintenance man. Or the hat. Anybody know the walk? That's how a lot of times you can tell a person by his walk. All right, here's the Buccaneer with the front mast up and the bow up, but the second mast has already come down. And that's where it was. The first mast came down, and now we don't have anything but a hulk. Notice the trucks, spanking, shiny, new. Of course, the ground wasn't too good, but the trucks were in very, very good shape. Kept them clean as a whistle. St. Matthew's Church, coming out of St. Matthew's Church after services. And here they come. Scott Dunnigan, the police chief. You'll see Dave McQuaid. You'll see Mike Marr. You'll see Charlie Ankel. You'll see Andy Ryan. You'll see Bookie Ferreira. You'll see Mr. Marr, the plumber. Jack Ramsey again on his motorcycle in a few minutes as they go around. There's Charlie Ankel. And Wally Winter. There's Andy Ryan. Bookie Ferreira. There's Mr. Marr. Bill Daly. Okay, here comes Jack Ramsey around the corner. And you'll see Mr. Murray, Sergeant Murray on the left, first one, and Mr. Murphy on the next one coming up. And again, a fife and drum corps. Yeah, they're still marching. And in this group, you'll see Mr. Grady, Jackie Coombs, Pete Carey, Rocco Orlando, and Lincoln Grady, and many more that I couldn't recognize, so they're working too fast.
Rita's Men Shop.
Rita's Men Shop on the corner. We'll get to that later in individual shots. But these are the gentlemen who participated in the parade. Okay, this is the Fife and Drum Corps up on their property. And this is St. Matthew's School. This is where the rectory is now. These are the children coming out, I guess, for a fire drill that they had during the filming of this. One group branches one way, the other group branches another. Shirts, some shirts and ties, all dressed up. Knickers, clean clothes. Here we go. We're going back in. This is up behind the nuns' home building up there. They had school rooms up there as well. The nuns lived there. And this is in back of that where they had the little playground. I don't recognize anybody or the teacher. It's Karl. And this is St. Stanislaus Church. You'll see Father Daskowitz in a minute with Francis Salsa, the organist. Notice all the women with hats on. There's Father Daskowitz. Francis Salsa. Florence, I'm sorry, I was corrected. That's right, Florence. Okay, this is the next church up. And I believe it's St. Matthew's Lutheran. Yeah. Okay. Now, if anybody knows the pastor here, please let me know, because I don't know who the pastor was. You'll see a picture of him in a minute. Okay, I guess we didn't see him. This, I believe, was the Grace Church before it was moved. After it was moved, okay. Yeah. Here we go. All coming out in the Sunday finest after Mass. We had a stretch there. There were 4 churches right in a row on Main Street. All on the right side going up. going to the back towards the parking lot where the cars will park. Now, who's this? Anybody know? Okay, Dutch Reformed Church. Up on Broadway. Now, you might recognize something. I believe I saw Gene Ravinsky as a youngster, but I'm not quite sure. That's the only one I may recognize. But I think you'll see some of the people that you know, especially you people who are a little older than I am. This is Reverend Thompson. And the girls, young ladies, coming out, or going up to the school next door. And this is the real young. I think this is Gene Ravinsky on the right. That's little Gene. Some of our social clubs. These are quick. This is the Hastings Social Club with Mr. Pupko, Joe Shanowski, Ed Walsh, John Saskowitz, Steve Pupko, Henry Bartell, Ed McKernan. This is the kissing couple is Dorothy Leppard and John Reinhardt. This is up by, I believe, the rock up there in the... No, it's not either. I'm sorry. Yes, it is. Yes, this is up in front of the rock. Yeah. And you think we didn't have young love in Hastings? See that? Okay, this is the choir of some kind. We don't know. I don't recognize anyone. Okay, this is the Review Club. This is where the playground is down on Warburton Avenue. That sign was made all out of beer cans. They were made out of beer cans. And that's the horseshoe pits that they have at the lower field of that area. They're still there. Well, they used to be there anyway. But that's right on Warburton Avenue. This is the Southside Club before the fire, coming out on a Sunday afternoon. Of course, you can tell everybody's dressed up. And this is the park at the American Legion Park on Broadway. American Legion Park, Plaza. VFW again. Azalea bushes all over it. Beautiful. Forsythia. Sorry about that. Okay. All right, here comes the auxiliary, VFW auxiliary. I recognize Mrs. Martin and Rose Foreman. I'm sure that some of you will recognize others. Now we'll have some close-ups. Sing out the names if you know.
Mrs. Gorman.
Okay, there's one. There's Miss Martin. Okay, Rose Foreman. John Madden used to work in the village, calling the bingo card. Yeah. Don't recognize the fellow keeping score. All right, this is a meeting of some kind, unless it's the bingo card. It doesn't look like they have much room for their bingo cards, so unless they're keeping them on their laps. I really don't know. Don't recognize anybody. All right, this is the World War I monument down at the Municipal Building. This is right at the foot of the entrance to the Municipal Building in the library. This is up in Mount Hope Cemetery, the Tri-Village services that they have. The pole is now on the other side of the cemetery hill towards Spring Brook more than it is. This was on the front of the hill facing Hastings at one time. And that's the mausoleums right there near the vine. Beautifully. Landscape, beautifully kept. Same roads leading in and out. Another shot of some of the beautiful flowers. These were, I guess, the trustees of the cemetery. Really don't know. Also some more beautiful flowers, bushes. And again, the ceremonies. Probably on Memorial Day. The old Hastings A&P. This is where the laundromat is now. That's where that was located. Just right up the street, next to the florist that used to be on that side. This is one of the employees. I don't remember his name, but you'll see
Mr. Fitzgerald.
Mr. Fitzgerald. Oh, there's Harry the butcher on the left. That little head behind the scale. He probably had his thumb on the scale at that time, you know. But anyway, he was good fellow. A lot of fun. And you'll see Beansy right there. I don't know his real name, but his nickname was Beans. And here they go. They did their grocery shopping. Prestige Brothers. That was located now where the new Chinese restaurant is. It's the Green Tavern. Now where Devin Anthony's is now. The taxi office on the corner of Whitman and Main Street. This is Riley's garage. Right now it's Snivvy's garage, but that was Riley's garage. Joseph's, where the animal hospital is now, right next to the post office. Or the Obanacci Brothers bus. That's where Shannard's garage is now. They took that wall down, and next to it was the First National Bank, which is still there where Dr. Kuntz has his offices. That's the First National Bank. Our couple, I think, is going in there for a loan. Yeah, somebody count their money. Here they come. They got the loan, and that's Mr. Brown, a fixture in Hastings for years and years. Mr. Brown. All right, here's Aloysio's store, Hastings Electric and Hardware. That's just that. They're picking out a refrigerator. And now it's, as you'll see Roos come running out, so that money, there it is. He's got to make a sale right away. Yeah, and Roos is still around. God bless him. Yeah, that's the old store. There's Mike to Michael, one of the fellows who worked in the store at that time. This is Al Ansel. Watch this. He tried to pull him in, and the woman wouldn't let him go. That's where Tony's Seafood place is. Now, this is the law office of William H. Edwards, the real estate people. And they're going into him, and he's going to show them some houses up on Edgar's Lane. These are some of the homes up on not Edgar's Lane, I'm sorry, Euclid Avenue. Euclid Avenue. These are some of the homes on Euclid Avenue. I was trying to pick out the house, and I'm taking a guess that this was Mrs. Crow's house at one time.
Now, this is Herman Span's.
Herman Span, okay.
That was the Crow's house.
Was it the Crow's house at one time? Okay. All right, here's Joe Yedowitz's florist on the corner where the Scarsdale Bank is now. That's Joe pinning the flower on our gal front. That's where the Scarsdale Bank, that's where Joe Yedowitz's florist, the Hastings florist. They are now across the street. And now we're going up to the VFW once again. This is the Chamber of Commerce we're going to be seeing. And we see Mo Rita, Frank Ferreira, Pete Siratak, Mr. Barrett, Mike Marr, all the gentlemen of the thing, Hastings merchants. Now, Hastings merchants used to send the kids to Crow. That's Mr. Patania on the left. He owned the liquor store with Hastings glasses. Mr. Patania, getting the kids ready to go up to camp. There's the Croton Boys Camp. And that's their swimming hole, the Croton and the Hudson River. The Croton. Hastings Businessmen Association. This is Al's Market. This is where Sports Channel is now. It's not where originally his place was before. Forever, it's across the street. Mr. Bruni, right next to the old Hastings Theater. He made his own ice cream. This is the Hastings liquor store that's still there. Jack Barron, where Rand's stationery store is now. And you'll see his wife. That's his wife. Mo Reedus is next on the corner. On the corner of Main and Woburn. The store is still there. That's Mo Reeder on the left. And the girl on the right, I don't know. Okay. Good. John Ufa and Son. They broke up that beautiful store into other small stores. This is Brick Bliss in front of the Hastings News, which is next to the Riola's Real Estate. John Winnick up the street next to the community center here, 2 doors down. Platania's liquor store right there near the Bollinger Plaza. Blue corner of Main Street, corner of Maple Avenue and Spring Street. The Hastings Jewelers is there now. Hastings Savings and Loan. That's where Nancy's paper shop is. And this is the Feinberg's Delicatessen, where the Italian deli is now on across the VIP. This is Mr. Smallhigh's gas station at the time. Before, it was his jewelry store. His jewelry store came later, and now it's the ice cream store and the VIP. There's the diner next to Aloysio's again. That was moved down onto Spring Street next to this is Trojan's Barber, now known as Carl's Barber Shop. And you'll see Carl's father and this is John Perdue getting a shave. This is the Nepchak sisters out front of the house. It's the Sam Foley in front of Foley's Tavern where Straub's is now. That's Shorty Warpay on the left, Sam Foley, and Cass Foley. This is Ditch. He used to run a taxi between the Hastings City line and so on. This is Mr. Spiegel on the corner of Main and Woburn. He had the little delicatessen where Bootery is now. Oh, this is funny. This is a fellow's answering an alarm up on the hill. Here comes Harry Lidgewall, running down the hill. Oh, let's ran past him, Harry. Back up. Come on. Here we go. You notice that? He was in good shape. He ran up that hill. Oh, here they come out of Hastings House. It used to be the park into protection. Protection engine, right where it is now. Notice the big doors that they open. No overhead doors. Here they go. Out comes the engines. Here they come. And out of the way. And off they go. The old hooking ladder. That same dog was in this film 2 or 3 times. Here we go. Watch it, doggy. And here we go, up past the Polish church. And this is where they responded to fire on Monhoe Boulevard. Now, Monhoe Boulevard at one time had an island in the middle of it, all the way down to the Parkway. There was an island. It was a 2-way street, one on one side and one on another. You used to go, see the island in the middle? You used to go all the way down, and the traffic used to run on both sides of the island. One west and one east. Why it was ever changed, I don't know. Hey, you're going the wrong way. Yeah. This is, I believe, on the corner of Overlook and thing where the fire is. You'll see the castle, the old abandoned castle was for rent or whatever it was at the time, and they'll be taking a sign down after they do a job on it. Yeah, review manor. Here we go. You'll see in a little while there's somebody inside spraying out. I don't know what happened there, but anyway, there you go. Oh, they wanted to get Harry. They wanted to get Harry. That's Harry Lidgewall, the comedian of the fire department.
Look how fast they go up those ladders.
Yeah, look at him go up those ladders. Look at that go. Yeah. There we go. This is a practice session. Yeah. We're afraid. Our finest. It's still, God bless it, it's still the finest. Here we go. Okay, fellas, that's enough smoke. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, it's all over. Now we're going to line up and take the bows at our engines. Yeah, the house is no longer livable, so we take the sign down. Here we go. At the hook and ladder. I think this is Uniontown, if I'm not mistaken.
That's it.
And Review Manor. Oh, this is a cute comedy. We have a little girl crying. Her bicycle was just stolen. And this is our famous detective, Mr. Cronell. He's going to call for help. This is the corner of Nodine and Warburton Avenue. You'll notice one minute we're going north, the next minute we're going south, but that's the way it goes. Here we go. We're going north on Warburton now, right by the playground, and Harry's stealing a bike. Here we go. Here we go. He thinks nobody sees him. And the police come. Now we're going south. This is Mr. Murray getting out to ask Harry how he did with it. Here we go. Take after him. After him again. Let's go. Harry takes an awful beating in this movie. Just watch. Here we go. We're going south on Warburton Avenue. Right by Pinecrest Park. Right by Pinecrest. They pull him over again. Here we go. Here we go. Now we're going to give him a little beating. Bing, 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 bing. They got him in. Now they're going to throw the bicycle in after him. Watch. Oh, yeah. We got lots of room. Put it in there. That's our evidence. I don't know who the other officer was. I couldn't quite see him and I couldn't figure it out. So we take him off. And then he comes out. We're at the municipal building now, ready to go to jail. They got a bandage on him already. You notice that? They got a bandage on him. Now he needs help. Here comes Mr. Dunnigan, Spot Dunnigan, the police chief. Give him some help. Gonna get him in there. Okay, here comes the evidence. I got to take a last ride on this. So, here we go. Oh, and there's Harry before the judge. That's Judge Beavers. And Patrolman Cronell, Puss Cronell, better known as Puss Cronell. No, he didn't do it, he says. He's shaking his head. He didn't do it. It came down from the sky. And he's sentenced. This little gal, I don't know. Don't know. She was practicing something, but I don't know. We try to figure out who it was. This is Frankie Williams. He won the silver skates thing. This is Lou King. He was quite a tennis player. He's a champion tennis player. And these are some of the girls. Connick, Sword, and so on. Frank Lynch. And this is our couple. Don't know. Pete Carey, maintenance man of municipal building for years and years.